Hi guys, hello, good evening. I just please confirm me if I'm audible or not, guys. Let me know if I'm audible. Hi, hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. So my green screen today it looks like green. Like I always put some uh, effect, right? So just to change it, but today it seems green, but now yeah, I have changed it. But I think by making this effect, even the video quality is decreasing. I think not I should not do anything and just keep it green today. Let's keep it green today and we'll start. Hi guys. Hi, good evening, everyone. Let's see who all have joined today for the day 5 of this Java programming sessions. Let's see this. Who all are there? Who all are there? Who all are there? Okay. Abdul, hi, good evening. Hi, Naveen. Hi, Sandeep. Hi, Shubhansh. Hi, Shamruddhi. Hi, HKS writing. Okay. Hi, Tushar. Hi, Shiva Gangadhar. Hi, Khushi, Divakar, Shivendu, Srinath. Also, Esha, hi to you. Good evening. And Rahana and SK is there. Sandeep, hi. Hi, Prasannan. Okay, great. I think there's many people are there today in the commented list. Om, thank you. So, hi. Good evening, Natya. Hi. I think Om. I think you just connected with me over Insta. I guess the previous day because I remember this name. I got this. Jubair, Harikrishnan, Bhupendra, Tanmay, hi CSR, hi Hemant, hi Ahmad, hi Subodh, Sarad, Sarma, Nishan, Nubesh. Hi, hello everyone. Good evening. I welcome back. I welcome you all back to this day 5 of Java. Prithvi, I think it would be done by tonight or maybe tomorrow morning. I think there was some like the same problem actually reoccurred on the day one we tried to do, and continuously the transaction was failing, right? So again we faced the same problem. Actually, I got the update, so I think we will retry it again tonight or tomorrow morning by max. I can I guess it would be done. So don't worry. The rest of people have received, so even you too will receive. Okay, attendance is showing closed. No, it should not show closed. I guess you all are like looking at the correct attendance link. Yeah, Rahana. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Rahana. So even we confirmed about like the between the both Rahana, we got the correct one. So we checked it from the backend, and yep. So that, as I said, we were trying to do it, and that transaction was like getting declined again and again. So we'll do it. I'll do it again. Like maybe we'll try it tonight again, or maybe tomorrow morning again. Okay, so don't worry. It is not going anywhere. I'll be getting it anyway. Like okay, it's not going anywhere. The people have got it, and even you get it. Why is the attendance closed? Why the attendance closed? Okay. Give me a moment, Esha. Can you just check it? Why the attendance link seems closed? Maybe you have put have you put a deadline of to yesterday? Because yes, there was one day we did not do the class, right, so might be that issue. So Esha, could you please change the date? Could you please change the date of this class? Can you update it to 13th November? Like not 30. I think you should keep it as like yeah, just add today's date. Like they are not able to put attendance, please do it, and let us know over the comment when you do it. Okay, yeah, Aisha, thank you very much. So guys, don't you worry, we will start our session. Meanwhile, Essa is checking in the backend and she would get it done. Okay, and when she does once he's done with that, she will just inform us here in the comment, and then we can like put attendance. Okay, don't worry. Yep. So where we were discussing about constructors, right? Yeah, Kushi, that's what I'm saying. Don't worry about the attendance right now. Let's focus on the learning part right now. Isha is checking it in the like backend, so there might be some maybe the date might be wrong because we did not do a class in between. It was supposed to end yesterday, right? So that might be the issue. So he's just checking and she would just change it, right, and it would be done. Don't worry. So let's focus on learning. And anyway, attendance is not going anywhere. You can put it. Yeah, Karthik, as I said, certificate about the certificate. See, when you put attendance every day, then you will be getting participation certificate. And if you are like, again, if you are putting attendance every day, then you would receive a link for the test and exam. There would be a small test actually after the batch finishes. And if you qualify that test, then you would be able to get a completion certificate. Okay, right. So now let's do it. Let's continue our discussion, guys. Let's do this. Where we are. So I need to share VS Code, right? The place where we discuss everything, we write everything. So this is where we stopped our discussion yesterday. That is on constructor. I hope everyone is able to see my screen. I've shared my screen, and I think it is visible to you, right? Okay. So assignment are for your practice, Tushar. So if you like, you can submit it, but yes, assignment has nothing to do with your certification. Participation certificate you will earn if you attend all the sessions, if you put attendance every day, and completion you will get it if you qualify the test, right? Okay, and the exam window would be open for like 1 month, guys, so you can give it, but don't take it so long, because in that case, like even all the processes would take much time and it would get delayed. Avanti, see Avanti, I'll ask you better. Even if you have missed the lecture, you can like rewatch it like on YouTube, and you can also go to the video like description section, and you can put attendance. Okay, respective days, because attendance links are different. So if you don't put attendance, then you will not be eligible for the test. You will not receive the test link actually. Okay, fine. I hope it is very clear to all of you. So that's what we are heading towards. Constructor. So what is constructor, guys? We have already discussed. Constructor is a kind of a method. It is actually a method. It is a member of the class, right? Whose name is same as the class name, and it doesn't have any return type. No return type, not even void, right? And we discussed that there are two types of constructor. One is default constructor, and one is parameterized constructor. Some people might say copy constructor, but yes, copy constructor, I can say it is also a part of parameterized constructor. If I show you, copy constructor actually looks like this. Let me tell this. Let me write this. Test ob. Okay, so it takes object of the class actually as an argument. So that is why it is known as copy constructor. So copy constructor task is to copy data of one object to another. Anyway, we will see it. I'll give you an example on that, but we will focus more on this default and parameters constructor, guys. But yes, this is also you can say this is copy constructor, but yes, I will say this is also kind of parameters constructor only. Okay, so copy constructor takes object of the class as argument. And what is the task of copy constructor? It copies data of one object to another object. That's it. Okay, right? Yeah, exam is MCQ type. Multiple choice question, like there will be multiple choice in the sense like there would be 4 options and you just have to choose the correct one. Okay, every question has only one correct answer and you just have to choose that. Okay, great. Now, yeah. So these are the types of constructor. So we would discuss about it more, right? So that's where our day 5 would come. Day 5 would come. I think I have changed it here. I think I should also add this thing in the day 5 file, because I've already shared this file with you all, and whatever changes I made just now, like it might miss it out. So I'll just create another file, day5.java. Okay, and I'll paste the same thing there, because when I share this file, you'll get everything, whatever I've added here. Now, guys, see. So what I'm discussing here is we have already seen, like if we have a class test, right? If we have a class test, so what we do for this class test, how do we create object? We write this statement test ob equal to new test. We already have seen this, and we know this statement creates object of the respective class, right? Okay, got it. uh, Understood. So now we are here. So it is this statement, we already know everyone that this will create object of the test class. Now my question to you is, guys, who can answer this? Who can answer this? Let's see. Let's see this. Answer me this, guys. It's a question to all of you. Test ob equal to new test. So we already have seen this statement creates object. My question to you is whether this statement creates object by itself or it takes help of something or someone. Whether it creates object by itself or it takes help of someone else to create object. Yeah, Kushi, you'll receive a mail about it. Like you will receive a mail from us regarding the exam. Tell me, guys. Tell me. Is this statement is capable of creating the object by itself, or it takes help of someone to create in order to create object of the class? Takes help or creates itself? Creates by itself. Takes help or creates by itself? Tell me. Tell me, guys. Tell me. Does this statement creates object by itself or it takes help of someone else? Yeah, Tushar has actually said it correct. It takes help of constructor. This statement, guys, by itself cannot create object. Okay, it takes help of constructor. Constructor is the one who creates object. Actually, constructor is responsible for creation of object. Okay, right? And so here I'll just write here, this statement actually invokes constructor, and constructor creates object. Okay, right? So understand this, guys, what happens here. When you write this statement itself do not create object. Actually, it invokes constructor behind the scene, and constructor actually creates object for it. Now, let me tell you one more thing here. Actually, this whole statement is not required to create object. This whole statement is not required to create the object. Only this statement, new test, this part is responsible for creation of object, or this part invokes the constructor and constructor creates object. Anyway, constructor is responsible for creation of object. Constructor is the one who creates object. Who invokes constructor? Not the whole statement, actually, not this whole statement, only this part, new test. This new test actually invokes constructor and constructor creates the object. Then what is this part? This, my friends, this ob is called as a reference variable. It's just a name of the variable. Like this is a body, right? This is my body. So my name is just a reference to this body. Okay, you may call it with different name. Maybe my friends might be calling me with a different name. My parents might be calling me by a different name, right? Different name, same person, right? Okay, so these are all reference variable. For the same object I can have multiple references, guys. Okay, for same variable, for same object I can have multiple references. I can write, let's say I have already created object, right? I can write ob1 equal to ob. Now ob and ob1 both refers to the same object. ob1 and ob are two names, two reference variable for the object. I hope you are understanding. I hope you are getting this. So OP here is not the object, guys. We generally say while writing the program or explaining stuff, we generally say OB is the object. OB is the object of class test. But there is a thin line between reference variable and object. OB is here not the object, guys. OB is just a reference variable of the object, or even say it is just the name of that object through which we access the object. But only this statement, this part, new test, only this part invokes constructor and object is created accordingly. Is it clear, guys, everyone? So ob is just a reference variable. We can have multiple reference variables to the same object. Clear? Let me know over the comment, guys, if it is clear. If it is clear, just let me know. Let me know, guys. So I'm now going to discuss task of constructor. Okay, let's now discuss different various tasks of constructor actually. So first one is we already have discussed, that is creation of object. Second, initialization of object. Initialization of object means initialize the data members of the class. Okay, initialize the data member or assigning some default initial value to the data members while creating the object. That's what it is like. It means by initialization of object. Okay, so initialization of object means constructor while creating object, it can assign some default initial value to the data members. We already know each object has its own non-static members, right? Each object has its own non-static member. So when you have all, let's say X as a non-static member, and if you create three objects, OB1, OB2, OB3, constructor has a obviously has the ability to create object. It also has the ability to assign some default initial value to the data member actually. Let me show you an example, and by that we would be very much clear. Okay, right, very much clear. So I will take here the same class test actually. Okay, and I have here integer variables, non-static variable, that is X, right? Okay, and then what should we do? I'll just go with main function. So I'll create here object test ob equal to new test. I created object here. Okay, and then what I want to do is, let's say I want to print here data of X. I just want to print the data of this object, that is X. Okay, now before I print this output, I want to discuss something here. So you will say me, you'll argue with me right now. So we just discussed, okay, we just discussed that constructor is actually responsible for creation of object, right? When we write this statement, it actually invokes constructor, calls the constructor, and constructor creates the object, and constructor actually looks like this, which we have already discussed, right? Okay, but the thing is, where is the constructor here? We have not yet used constructor in any of our programs till now. Then how is it able to create object? The thing is, the reason behind this is, guys, see, whenever you don't mention any constructor, compiler, here you can say JVM places a default constructor automatically. If you don't mention any constructor, then JVM automatically places a default constructor. What is default constructor? Constructor without any argument. This is a default constructor. Okay, so it is not visible, but yes, it is there. Automatically JVM places a default constructor in your code, because without constructor object cannot be created. So it is there. Even if you have not mentioned, JVM will place a default constructor, and that will actually create object of this class. Okay, mark my word, when you don't mention any constructor, only then JVM will place a default constructor. If you place any constructor, JVM will not place any default constructor anymore. Okay, right? Now, fine. Let's run this. Let's run this code, and let's see, guys, what is happening here. Just it will just initialize. Okay. So Java C, I think. Oh, I need to get into the folder first. That's fine. Java C day 5, right? Yeah. So I'm compiling it. I hope there is no error on this code. No error, guys. Java class name is test. Hit enter, and you'll get a data. You are not getting any error. See, we haven't assigned any value to X, but still then I'm getting a value that is 0. So default initial value of X is, when you don't assign any value to the integer data members, then it will by default the value would be 0. Okay, so now you can assign some value. Now you can assign some value, but the thing is, guys, constructor also has the ability to initialize something. Okay, let me show you this. You can always write here ob.x equal to 20, but you are assigning it, right? You are assigning, user is assigning. I'm saying, if you want, let's say, while creation of object, if you want a default value in the variable, then default constructor plays a major role there. Like default constructor can do that. So public, okay, maybe I'll just get rid of this public. I'll talk about that later. Right. So here you can write 0, x equal to 0. See, you can also leave it blank. Even if you leave it blank, like it is as good as not mentioning any constructor, because anyway JVM will place this constructor, default constructor, without any statement. Okay. So when we write statement, actually, if we want some default value in x, maybe 15, let's say. Okay. So what this constructor will do, this statement will invoke the constructor. Constructor will create object. While creating the object, it will assign 15 to the x. So even if you don't assign any value to x now and print the value of x, you'll get 15 instead of 0. Okay. So see, that 0, the previous 0 which we are getting, that was the default value of the integer data type actually. Okay, for that data member. But now we are actually assigning a default value while creating the object using default constructor. So let me compile this code again, right? And I'll show you the output. Now we'll not get 0, rather we will get 15 actually for this output, because default constructor has initialized a default initial value to the data. See guys, we are getting data 15. So this is the whole purpose of using default constructor actually. Okay, so we can assign some default initial value to the data members. Okay, right? If you assign some other value, obviously that would get changed. Now you will say, okay, ob.x equal actually should be 25. So obviously it will override that 15 and it will store 25 in that object now. Okay, right? Got it? So if you now create, like, let's say test ob1, okay, ob1, and let's say I'll create one more object ob2 equal to new test, okay, and this print statement, this should be ob2. So who can say what would be the output for this program, guys? What would be the output for this program? Who can say what would be the output for this program? Let me compile this code and I'll show you what exactly we are getting here. Okay. So Java C day5.java Java test. Yeah, who can say what would be the output for this? What would be the output for this? You understood, right? I created two object actually. Okay, I created two object, ob1 and ob2, ob1 and ob2, and I assigned 25 to ob1.x. I didn't assign anything to ob2.x, but I'm printing ob1.x and ob2.x. So the thing is, here, if you're assigning 25 to ob1.x, and so when you print it, you'll get 25. But here, ob2.x, as you have not assigned anything explicitly, it will take this default initial value that has been assigned by default constructor actually. So we'll get here 25 and 15 as the answer. So this is how we use default constructor, guys. This is the whole usage of default constructor actually. Okay, right. Let me talk about let's do a mini project. It's just an example to make you understand the default constructor. As I said, guys, already, if you don't mention any constructor, only then default constructor would be placed automatically by JVM and your object would be created. Okay, but let's say if you are, I'll just make it commented out. Okay, let me comment this constructor and I'm putting another constructor, let's say parameter constructor. Let me put a parameter constructor here. Test int a. Okay. So here I can write x equal to a. So basically what parameters constructor is doing, it is taking an argument, a value, and it is storing that value. It is assigning that value to the data member x. That's it. Default constructor will always store a default value, like a predefined, a fixed value. If it is 15, then it will assign every time 15. If it is 20, then every time it is 20. But parameters constructor is bit flexible. You can control, guys. Okay. So you can control it like here. If you pass 30, then 30 would be assigned to x. 30 would be sent to this a, and that 30 would be assigned to x. Even here, if you are passing here 35, then 35 would be passed to a, and that would be stored in x. Okay. So if you run this code right now, you'll get 25 and 35 as the output. Why 25? Because okay, fine, it is fine. You have assigned 30. You have sent 30 to parameters constructor, and that would be assigned. But again, you are changing the value of x again to 25. You are assigning it, reassigning it. So value would be 25. X of OB1 would be 25, and x of OB2 would be 35, because you are not assigning anything and you are sending this as an argument. So guys, here we learned two things. First thing is how to invoke parameters constructor. That is, while creating object in the statement, you pass some argument. Okay, so that would invoke parameters constructor. If you don't want, if you want to invoke default constructor, then you don't pass any argument. Okay, and secondly, the second thing is, if you are reassigning some value, obviously it will overwrite. But if you are not reassigning, obviously it will take the value that you have passed to the parameters constructor. Okay, right? So this is the whole point of parameters constructor. This is the whole point of using parameters constructor, because now you are like, you have the flexibility of passing a value. Okay, you have the flexibility to pass a value to the data member of the class while creating object. Default constructor, what it will do, it will just like a fixed value every time it will do. It will store, it will assign. But now parameter constructor, like, you can control it, you can like have some value. Now what I am trying to discuss here is, guys, it's all fine, but let's say you will create object. You don't want to send any value. Let's say you don't want to send any value, just want to create an object. Okay, now this will give you error. This line will give you error because this statement will try to call default constructor, and in your class you don't have any default constructor. And if you recall what I have said, if you don't mention any constructor, only then JVM will place a default constructor for you. But here, as you have mentioned a parameters constructor, JVM will not place any constructor for you, will not place any default constructor for you. So this statement will give you error. So it is suggested, it is suggested that whenever you are whenever you are writing a parameters constructor, it is always good to have a default constructor also. You may not want to assign anything, but yes, if you are mentioning a parameters constructor, along with it you just mention a default constructor, because JVM in that case will not will not place a default constructor by itself, right? Okay, I hope everyone understood up to this point. Please let me know, please confirm over the uh, over the comment, guys. If it is clear up to this, I'll move on to the cab project, actually cab fare calculation project. I'll get into that. Is it clear up to this? Did you understand about this parameters constructor, this default constructor, what constructor is doing, and like when JVM places a default constructor automatically, when it doesn't, right? What default constructor does, what parameters constructor does, everything is clear, right? Yep. Sushant confirmed. What about others? Please do confirm, guys, because I want to do the mini project right now. Okay, now Khan Sir Fans Academy. Yeah, great. Okay. So yeah, Khan Sir is superb, actually. Yep. Even I like sometimes when his video comes across, I enjoy it a lot, even if it is not related to me. But yes, I enjoy it. Okay. Clear. Great then. Great. Now, let's move on to that cab fare calculation mini project, where we would extensively use this constructor, and we will also understand where actually this constructor might be used in real time. So let's talk about that. Okay. Now for that, I will take a cab class actually. Okay. Cab class. Okay, we are talking about a cab booking system, and we will see like how fares will calculate and all. So obviously, when you book a cab, there will be a data member fare where your bill amount would be stored. The amount the user has to pay, right? So that has to be there. So we are talking about cab booking fare calculation system, guys. We have this int fare actually, where the fare total fare would be stored, and that this amount you have to pay after the ride finishes. Okay. Now, then we have the rider and provider here, that is ride cab, the driver class basically, guys. So in order to drive the entire program here, so we have this rider and provider. This is our rider and provider class, or maybe the driver class here, ride cab I'm mentioning, or maybe I think ride cab is fine, or you can may also like you can say drive cab, whatever. It's a driver class, so it's fine. Ride cab seems fine to me. So I have this data member int fare. Okay, you can yeah, so you can keep it private because that is what it is suggested, guys. In a OOPS programming, it is suggested to keep the data members private. So you'll say, if you keep data members private, then how we are going to use that members in this ride cab class? When we make a member private, then we will not be able to access those private members, right? So for that, in order to access those private members, guys, there are some alternate ways, actually some indirect ways are there. Okay, right? No, we'll not do calculator SK. So those are some like 10th class, 9th class stuff. We'll not do that. Okay, we'll not do that. We will do some something which we like use it in our like real life something, and we might understand okay how exactly they work. It is not the actual functionality that might be implemented, but somewhat around this might be they would be doing a much advanced way. But yes, definitely we'll get an idea. That's why like, this is the way they do this. Yeah, guys. So I'm talking about here, if you're making a member private, because this is what suggested in OOPS, you keep the data member as private, don't give access to it. Then the next question would be how we are going to access this fare, because we need to store some like we have to calculate the bill and store there, right? How we are going to access it in ride cab class? So in order to access private members of different other class, there are some indirect ways, and those basically will be using methods actually. Okay, and those methods are called getters and setters. Okay, getters and setters are the one who uses actually who can make it possible to access the private members of a class. So let's create those getters and setters, and remember to make the getters and setters as public. Okay, so public void set pair. Okay, so it will take some amount, let's say a, right? And what it will do nothing. It will just assign a to fare. That's it. If you want to print the value, if you want to get the value, then there should be int get. I'm considering that the fare is integer, guys. Okay, get fare. So this is getter method. So what this getter method will do, it will just return me a fare value. That's it. So this is actually setter method. Let me mention it here. This is setter method, and this, my friends, this is getter method. So getters and setters are very important as far as OOPS is concerned, guys. As far as Java is concerned, OOPS is concerned, because it suggests that keep data members private and use setters and getters in order to access them. If you want to set a value to the private data member, use this setter method. If you want to fetch the value of the private data member, use this getter, because when you call get fare, it will return you the value of fare. If you want to set a value, just call set fare while passing an argument. That value would be stored in fare. Okay, right? So we have indirect access to the private data member of different class. Now here we have this class ride cab, right? So now let's implement the whole program. So obviously this is our rider and provider. So here we need to have the main function, obviously. Okay, we need to have the main function here. First thing first, if you want to access members of the cab class, we need to create object of the cab class, right? Cab ob equal to new cab. Fine, we got it. Okay, okay, understood. We have created object. See, this set fare and all fine, guys. So what we will do, we would what I'll do is, so maybe I will take a distance. Okay, I'm also taking it as like considering it as integer. So what is this distance? Distance is nothing. It will just call it as d. Distance is the distance traveled by the user. You book a cab, it will come to pick you up, and you'll be traveling a certain distance, right? So based on that distance, the fare will be calculated. Okay, let's say for each kilometer it charges, let's say, 10 rupees for each kilometer. I'm not very sure like what exactly they charge, but let's assume that okay, it is 10 rupees per kilometer is what they charge. So you have a distance, right? Okay, so let's do this. System out dot print enter the distance traveled. See, guys, originally here we are taking input, but in actual life, what happens? It actually automatically being calculated by the location from where you started and where you are going. Based on that, the distance is automatically fetched from your system. But here we don't have that like advanced thing. We are not getting into that stuff. So we'll just take input instead of that. So enter the distance traveled. So d equal to we have to take input, right? So we need that next int. So we'll use everything that we have learned here. So that is okay. We need object of scanner class. So let's create that object also with us. So scanner sc equal to new scanner, and I have asked you to remember mention system.in. Why we write system.in? I'll mention it. Okay, soon after this constructor thing is over, I'll mention it. So scanner is equal to new scanner system.in, and so we have taken input here for d, right? And based on that, based on this, you can calculate the fare, guys. So op.fare equal to, if it is 10 rupees per kilometer, so it is like 10 into d. You can do it, right? Okay. Oh, fine. So no, I cannot call ob.fare. Fare is a private member, guys. So let's not do it that way. This is wrong. So what we want to do, if you want to set a value to the fare, so you will call set fare, and here you will pass this 10 into d. That is the total fare, right? Now what you have to do, you have to print the total fare, right? So same thing you can do here, right? Okay. So here you can fare bill amount or maybe total fare. Total fare. What is the total fare? You just call get fare. It will return you the value of fare. That's it. So this is the whole program we have done. So what we have done, we have this cab class where we have this fare data member, private member, and we have this setter and getters with us so that we can access the fare data member. Right, when we have, then we have this ride cab class where we want to drive the entire program. We have this variable distance. So distance is something like when after you book a ride, how much distance you travel, that is what. So I've taken a local variable here d, and I've taken input to d, the distance traveled by the user. So based on that, I'm actually assigning the fare to the data member fare. So I'm assigning the value by calling the set fare, and then I'm printing the total fare. So this is all fine. This is all fine. But don't you feel, guys, we are missing out a very important stuff here actually. Okay, we are missing out a very important stuff here. That is, when you book a ride on a cab, I think most of you will agree this, right? Whenever you book a ride, so apart from the distance base, the charge per kilometer and all, they also charge a base price, right? A reservation charge, you can say, minimum base price, which minimum fare, you can say, that is not like refunded or something. Maybe we can take it as 30 rupees. Okay, we can take it as 30 rupees, guys. So minimum base fare is 30 rupees. Whenever you book a ride, you pay the reservation charge. So 30 rupees. So 30 rupees should be the minimum price. And then after that, however distance you travel per kilometer, 10 rupees. So if you travel 3 kilometer, 3 into 10, 30 rupees plus the base charge 30 rupees, so that becomes 60 rupees. So your total fare should be 60 rupees. But right now what we have whatever we have done, actually that would put the company in loss, because it is just calculating the distance, like it is just charging for the distance traveled to the user, and it is not actually taking the reservation charge or the booking, the minimum base fare actually. Okay, so let's, how can we do that base fare minimum fare? That means whenever a book whenever a ride is booked, whenever yeah, a cab is booked, the default value, the initial value of fare should be 30 rupees, because that is the minimum value, that is the minimum bill amount that one has to pay, right? So obviously here we can use constructor, guys, because constructor has the ability to initialize the data member with some value. So that's what we will do here. Okay, also guys, it is suggested you have to keep the constructor also public. So otherwise, like there would be problem, like you will not be able to instantiate this class from different package or something. If you make the constructor public, then only from everywhere you can like invoke the constructor and object can be created. So that should be a default constructor which would assign a default value of 30. So whenever object of cap class should be created, whenever you book a ride, that means an object is created against your ID, guys. Okay, while creating that object, by default 30 rupees would be stored in the fare. So initial fare amount would be 30. Then it will depend on how much distance you are traveling. So traveling, right? So that would be added actually here. So we need to add that value here. We haven't added it. So maybe I can create one more statement here, one more variable here. Base means base fare actually. Okay, so I can store that base fare, I can store the initial amount or initial value of this fare in this base fare, and I can pass it set fare, because I need the base amount, whatever the initial value is, 30 rupees plus 10 into the distance traveled, the kilometer traveled. That would be the new value of fare, right? This is how you will get the updated value, right? Okay, let us do this, guys. Let us do this. Let's execute this code and let's see what we are getting it. What we are getting here. If everything is correct as far, like so far, if you have done everything correct or not, let's do this. So Java C day 5, right? Day 5, Java C day 5 dot Java. That's a lot of error. What is the error? It is not able to find scanner. The reason is we have not imported, guys. Okay, we have missed out the import statement. So I need to import the scanner class. So let's write it here. Import java dot util dot scanner. Right. Now let's save it and recompile the code, and let's see if there is any other error or everything is sorted. Yeah, everything is sorted, so no error, guys. Let's run this code. So which class we have to call for execution? Ride cap, the rider and provider, that class we have to call. Enter the distance traveled. Let's say I'll go for only 4 kilometer. Or let's say we'll pick up 4 kilometer. So what should be the fare? 4 kilometer 40 rupees, and the base fare is 30 rupees. So 30 plus 40, it should be 70 rupees. Yes, I'm getting total fare as 70 rupees. So it is perfectly fine. So this is one example, or this is where you can use constructor, guys, or this is one of the situation where this default constructor is used whenever you want a default value, whenever you want a default value to the data member while creation of the object. So this is where it like helps you, it comes into picture actually. Now, is it clear up to this? Because I would like to add something to it, because I also want to tell you the use case of parameters constructor here. Okay, is it clear to everyone up to this, like the uses of default constructor and how we are actually getting the actual fare and not putting the company in loss? right? Because there should be a minimal base fare while a user is booking a ride. Whenever an user is booking a ride, that basically means an object is created against that user's ID. And while creating that object, the the base fare is already initialized to the base fare, the minimum fare. Apart from that, how much distance he or she travels, accordingly, the rest of the amount would be added to the fare, and the total bill amount would be found out, or would be displayed, right? This is one part. Okay, fine. Now, consider one more scenario, one more situation. Guys, I know every one of you waiting for that Let's Upgrade super coupon of rupees 3000 Amazon gift card. But yes, let me finish this and we will go for that. Okay, I don't want to break it in the middle because also we have to discuss something else, right? We have that connecting Java to database. We will also do that. So I'll quickly finish this up. I'll announce the winner and then we will go to that next project, second project. Okay, fine. Now yeah, let's now consider this situation. We have all understood, we all are on the same page right now. We have understood, okay, now this program is fine and we are getting the actual fare, taking into consideration the base fare. Now see this, guys. Let's consider this situation. You are booking a ride, okay, and due to some reason no cab is available nearby, and this cab service has the principle, they have this policy that whatever it takes. Okay, but this dialogue again like is linked to Avengers, right? That Endgame, I guess. Fine, leave that. So they have this policy, whatever it takes, they would provide service to the user. Obviously they would charge more for that. Okay, so they are committed to give you service, guys. Obviously they would charge more. That means, let's say they have this policy, when you are booking a ride, when you are booking a cab, if no cab is present within the range bound of 5 kilometer, right, they'll definitely send one like other cab from farther distance, like one cab will come from farther distance to pick you up, but for that they will charge you more. For initial for the 5 kilometer range, they will take 30 rupees as the base fare. But as soon as if a cab is coming to pick you up from a distance of more than 5 kilometer, then they would charge more per kilometer. Let's say the same 10 rupees, let's say. Okay, the same they will charge. So that means if a cab is coming from 5 kilometer distance to pick you up, the base fare is same 30 rupees. But if the cab is coming from 6 kilometer distance to pick you up, okay, to start the ride, then they will 30 rupees a base fare up to 5 kilometer. For rest 1 kilometer, they will charge 10 rupees more, 10 into 1, 10 rupees more. So base fare now becomes 40 rupees. Understood the problem statement, guys? So now it is not fixed actually. 30 rupees is not fixed. The base fare is not fixed. It again depends on the distance from which the cab is coming to pick you up. So in this case, using this default constructor doesn't make sense, right? Okay, using this default constructor doesn't make sense because it is not going to be always 30. It might be different depending on from what distance actually the cab is coming from. So that's where we would work on that situation. Actually, we will sort it out. Let's see. Okay, now we want to be flexible. We want to assign different values at a different time depending on from what distance the cab is coming actually. Okay, now see this, guys. So I think here we have to take one more variable to store the distance of the cab from user. So I just write here DCU, distance of cab from user, right? Okay, we'll have to take input for it. We'll have to take input for it. That is, let's take input for this. So system.out.print, enter distance of cab from user, right? Okay, let's take input for it. So DCU equal to sc dot next int, right? So this will take input to DCU, that is distance from cab to user. Depending on this, we will have to check actually what is the distance. If it is more than 5 km, then a different base fare. If it is less than or equal to 5 km, then different base fare. So we need to check here. If DCU is greater than 5, if it is greater than 5, then what we have to do here? Then guys, we have to work on a different, that is where we would come with, that is where this parameters constructor will help us. So we'll write public cab int maybe f, okay, right, and it will assign this, whatever the value of f you will send, that would be assigned to this here. That's it. Okay, so now it is, you have to decide what value you will send here, right? So let's do this. So cab ob equal to new cab, what is the value you have to send, guys? What is the value you have to send? Right. So it is, if it is more than 5, then obviously 30 plus 10 into d minus 5, not d, dcu minus 5. Are you getting it? For the initial 5 km, it is 30 rupees. For the rest of the distance, apart from 5 km, whatever the rest kilometer or rest distance, into 10. So that would be the total fare, total base fare now. Okay, right? But if DCU is not greater than 5, then we would just call this thing, basically this thing we'll call. We'll just simply call the default constructor, which would assign 30 rupees to the fare. Are you getting me, guys? Or is there any confusion till this point? Please let me know. Please let me know in the comment. Are you following me up to this? Okay, you understood the situation. So we are here talking about two situations. That is, if a cab is now picking you up from a distance more than 5 km, then they would charge more. Okay, if it is more than 5 km, then 30, up to 5 km it is 30 rupees. For the rest distance, they will charge 10 rupees per kilometer, right? If it is not greater than 5, if it is less than or equal to 5, then they will simply like call default constructor, and the minimum base fare would be 30. So this is being done, guys, here. Is it clear? Okay, right? Great then. Okay, fine. So I hope everyone is on the same page and understanding what we are doing it right now. Now let's see. Now, if DCU is greater than 5, this object would be created with this value of fare. If DCU is less than or equal to 5, then this object would be created, and we would have this, like the fare value of fare value would be 30, right? So obviously, guys, this part you cannot write it here, because outside if and else there is no OB. OB is now local inside if and else. Actually, this is different OB, you can say, and this is different OB, you can say. So OB is only present within if or within the else block. There is no OB outside. So this statement you cannot write it here. So you have to write like individually for both the part. Okay. If DCU is greater than 5, then this object, like this is how you create the object, and you take the distance traveled and you calculate the fare, and fine, you get it, right? If distance is not greater than 5, then this object will be created, and you will do the similar stuff. Okay, you'll enter the distance traveled and you will calculate the fare, and yeah, you calculate the fare and you just print the fare. That's it. So this is how you do it, right? Let me run this code. Let me show you once what actually is happening here. Let me show you this. Why actually I have written the same piece of code within if and else again? Because OB is not available outside if and else. So I like, we have created if block and else block. Based on some condition, object OB is created within if, and based on some condition, object OB is created within else. So accordingly, I have to write the code in if and else separately twice. Okay, right? Now, guys, so what we are going to do here is, so all this stuff actually happening while creating object. As soon as you book a ride, while booking the ride, while creating the object, they will fetch your location and the cab's location. They'll calculate what is the distance between you and the cab. If it is like less or equal to or less than 5, then they will create the object and will assign the fare value as 30. If it is more than 5 kilometers, then they will assign like 30 plus, let's say the cab is coming from 5 kilometers. So sorry, the cab is coming from 7 kilometers, let's say. So 30 plus 20, 50 rupees they will assign to the fare while booking your ride. Okay. That is why I have used parameter constructor and default constructor there, both cases, for both of the cases. So now I have like Java CDA5 dot Java. There is some issue. Oh, capital. I have used small c there. This should be capital C. Let's save it. Rerun the code. Yeah, let's recompile the code, and everything is fine. And then write cab. Enter the distance of cab from user. I'll run it twice. I'll first show you if it is less than or equal to 5. Let's say I'll go for 4. Okay, right? Enter the distance traveled. Let's say we'll go for 3, guys. So 30 plus 30, it should be 60 rupees. Yes, I got total fare as 60 rupees. Okay, let's rerun this code. And this time I'll take 6 kilometer. Right? Same distance I'll take. Enter the distance traveled, that is 3. And I'm getting 70 rupees as the total fare because of the condition we have done. We already have discussed this, right? So this is how you used like take benefit of the constructor, guys, like default constructor and parameter constructor. They both have different use cases, and based on that you use it at different places. Is it clear, guys? Andrea's attendance link has been posted a lot of time. Also, you can fetch it from the description, actually video description. Also, yeah, Isha, you might you may post it again. Yeah, Isha has already put here. Great. Okay, clear? Is it clear, guys? Up to this, basically we are done with this mini project. Actually, is it clear? Great then. Okay. So I just want to tell you one more thing, a simple small thing here. That is, guys, whenever, let's say if the parameter of this parameter constructor, the name of the parameter and the data member name, if they, let's say both are same, then you cannot just write fare equal to fare, right? Okay, because now you are within this constructor, and whenever you write fare, it will always mean this local variable. So how to differentiate between the data member fare and the local parameter variable fare? Okay, this is where this comes. This, when you write this dot fare, it actually means fare of current object, basically the data member. And when you write only fare, it means the parameter actually. Okay, so this operator, it always gives you reference of the current object. So this means fare of current object. Okay, clear, everyone? Please let me know, is this project, like we are done with this mini project, is it clear to everyone? Because now I'm going to announce today's Amazon gift coupon winner. Of course, like and after that we have one more small project we will discuss, that is like the connecting Python to the database. Actually, we'll discuss that. Okay, let's do this, guys. Don't get away because we have one more project. I'll announce the winner, but obviously after this meeting.
Hey, hi guys, this is Sai Kiran from LetsUpgrade, and I'm here today to congratulate you all guys for completing or like for pursuing our Essentials program in various fields what we do. And I want to tell that yes, this is amazing program what you're doing, but if you want to continue this learning and want to take your career to next level with a one-on-one personal mentorship what we are not providing in Essentials, and also build real-time projects, then join our 6 months PGP full stack program in data science or AI/ML or web development in MERN stack or Python Django. That's it. Bye-bye.
Yeah, guys. So I'll just reiterate whatever like what I have been reiterating this long. So basically, you can like just pay for one course and get access to all the PGP courses actually. Okay, all the PGP courses you can access. So it is right now it is like Diwali offer is going on, so you can get enrolled with you can like take the admission or enrollment with just 20,099 rupees. You can also mention this coupon code, guys. Okay, using this coupon code, and if you like do admission right now, you'll get this, you'll get the course at this price. Okay, it is only available till 15th of November, guys, so don't miss it out. You can get everything. Also, we are also coming up with Java PGP full stack courses, PGP full stack course in Java, where everything would be there, like core Java, advanced Java, the Spring Boot, the Spring and all, or everything would be there, guys. So we also are coming with that. So if you're interested to learn all these courses, data science, machine learning, AI/ML, deep learning, web development, complete full merge stack, and Python and Django development, and also Java thing, you can take enrollment, guys, and only you have to pay 20,099 rupees for all these courses, where you'll also get placed if you are completing the course, or if you are submitting assignment. If so, you'll be doing a 15 plus project and a client side project. If you're completing all those stuff, then you will be definitely get placed, because we are going to prepare you. We are going to train you on various placement related stuffs also, like data structure and algorithm, system design, cloud computing, and the obviously the resume preparation part, and also interview mock interviews would be there, guys. Okay, so don't miss out this chance. You can really get benefited out of it. And you see, like if you compare it with other edutech platforms, it is way more affordable also, guys. Even this price, we have this no cost EMI option, and also opt for that. Do check out actually. If any one of you are like interested for this, and want to have some more details or something, please do fill up basically a form, a link which I'm giving you, guys. Okay, that is luc.to/pgp. You can fill it up, and one of my team member will reach out to you and answer all your queries. As I've already said, it is always best to make informed decisions. So just know it, okay, get clarified, and then make decision. Yeah, definitely, Subodh. We have that JDBC. I'll do it. Okay, that's the reason why I have asked already in the previous session that I need extra time today, because I'll be doing two projects today. Right? Okay. Fine. Now it's time for announcing today's winner, guys. So today's winner, and today is Let's Upgrade Super Coupon. That is the amount of daily spin. Yeah, Let's Upgrade daily spin also you can call it as. So we would do it. We would do this. We'll announce this coupon. Yeah, Gautam, can you reply? Okay, on what basically? Gautam, have I missed? Can you make a program? I will give you a question. Right now, obviously, it is not possible, Gautam, because I need to like finish it up. I need to explain this. What is that? This JDBC thing. So obviously, it is not possible right now. You may like send it to me. Okay, you may post it in the community or something. Maybe some of your friends might also be able to help you. So post it in the community. Tag me. I'll take out some time and I'll work on that, and I'll reply over the comment. Okay, I'll send it there. Let's now see who is the winner, today's winner, and today's winner like would be a bumper winner actually, because he or she is going to win 3,000 Amazon gift voucher. Those who have won like the last 2 days, don't worry, guys. You like we the transaction was failing. We'll soon get it done. I'm already in touch. I have been informed about that. So again, after this class, I'll again ask what if it is done or not. Okay, so basically the transaction was like being cancelled a lot from Amazon side actually, not from our side. So there might be some issue. So we'll do it. We'll finish it, and if not tonight, obviously by tomorrow morning, first half we'll do it. Okay. So all of the remaining candidates, including today's winner, will get it by like at once. Everyone. So let's see. I'll same thing. What we will do is I'll share this thing. Okay, I don't have the file yet, so just give me a moment. I'll have fetch that file first, because from there we will run the code, right? Okay. Yeah, so I have that file and the file name is Java. Now let's run this code. Okay, run this code. Okay, run this code. Then the last part. Let's figure out who is today's winner. I'm going with like on 3, 2, 1, 0. Navin Kumar, are you there? Navin Kumar. I think Navin is there. He has been there from the day one. Also, like SK was also there from day one. I know. I'm like I remember these names I'm saying. Navin, are you there? Navin. Some people like names. I have that. You want this code? What you would do with this code? So it's just like simple pandas and random function I have put. Naveen, are you there? Naveen. If Naveen is not there, I would go with the next one. Naveen Kumar is there. Okay. I was thinking if Naveen, if you are not present, then the next name I was hoping for SK actually, because since they like from first day and they always put this as usual, expectation brings disappointment. Okay. Anyway, congratulations, Naveen. Naveen Kumar. Yeah, Om is also there. And I think Himlata and a lot of other people are there from day one, like continuous. They're putting the chat. Tushar is also there. Rashmi is also there. Like from day one, they put chat. I'm not saying like a lot of you might be there also from day one, but those one who are putting like this chat continuously, I'm saying those names actually. Okay, so we have a winner here, that is Naveen Kumar S. Okay, right? We have your winner, Naveen Kumar S. So, Naveen, kindly, as you know, first of all, congratulations, and you have won actually 3,000 rupees of Amazon gift coupon. So what you are going to do? Meanwhile, also you send us like DM us over Instagram your mail ID, your contact number, and your full name. Okay, we'll send it. So guys, I think all the people, I think Rahana and is there anyone left out? Maybe okay. Those who are left out, those who have not yet received, at once all those people would receive it. Okay, not an issue. So anyway, again, congratulations, Naveen. You have won. You are the winner for the Let's Upgrade Super coupon of 3,000 rupees Amazon gift voucher. So what you are going to do, we might like to know. Your friends also might like to know what you will do with that gift voucher. Yeah, don't forget, guys. Though when you receive it, don't forget to. We also send a digital token along with you. Show the world, show your friends you are the lucky winner for the daily spin of Let's Upgrade, and along with learning you're also winning something. Okay, right? So don't, I would suggest ki invest in something which will give you returns, okay, in a long term, right? Or happiness, which will give you happiness. Don't just like go and like just spend on something. Yeah, just spend on something which will give you happiness or maybe some long term returns. Okay, it's kind of that way you do. Okay, great. If I Okay, let's continue our discussion on. So we have our winner, that is Naveen Kumar. So it's time we get back to our discussion and finish the other project, guys. That is connecting Python to database. Right. That's important, and that's very important. That's very important, and that's uh, yeah. I want all of your attention now. Okay. I want all of your attention. So now we are moving to our heading towards JDBC actually. Let me comment this out. Let's do the Java database connectivity or connection, JDBC, database DB, Java database connection. Let's do this. So For this, actually, guys, I'm picking up MySQL. You can also work with Oracle, but yeah, for simplicity, I'm just taking MySQL. Let's understand the MySQL. So you'll need few things actually in order to do a JDBC program. You'll need few things. First of all, you need to install. Don't install it right now. You may try it later. I'll show you how to do it, and then you can like work on it. You may do it later. So you have to install. You have to install MySQL in your system. MySQL Workbench. Okay. Let me show you that. Let me show you. Just give me a moment. Is opening it and I'm sharing the screen with you guys. So you would need this MySQL Workbench. Yeah, this thing. I hope it's visible to all of you. So you need to install this MySQL Workbench actually on your system, and so you can see the basic setup from YouTube, guys, how to create setup. Basically, it will ask for you an like password or something. You just have to enter password, and this would be created actually. Okay, local instance this, and you see it is written local host means it is running on my this server. The MySQL server is running on my system, local system, and this 3306 is the port number, and this root is actually the username. Root is username, localhost means it is running on my current system, this system, localhost, and this 3306 is the port number. This all information you'll need, guys, in order to write, in order to connect Java to the database MySQL. You need all this information. The username you'll need the port number, the local host, like where the server address, where it is running, and password. Password, like basically while setting up, while installing for the first time, you would have to set a password, so that obviously you will know it, right? Okay, so I'll just click on this because I want to enter into this. It will ask me for password. Okay, let me put my password. So you can take any password in your system anywhere it is like locally installed. I'm not working on a real-time environment, and not many people are actually working on the same database. Okay, so this is how it would look like when you install. Okay, these lines may not be there because this is what like I have coded, I have written. These are called SQL queries, guys, standard query language, SQL. So I have written this. So this might not be, this page, this part might be blank. You have to write something. Okay, I'll give you a brief lookout on this. Basically, what you can do is, okay, on the left side, if you see, guys, it's like demo and sys. These are all databases actually. On the left top, if you see, there are some names. There are some names. Those are actually the default databases are there. You have to first create a database to work on this. So how to create database? So it's simple. You write create database, create database, and name. Give a name to this database. What should be the name? Let's say we will take the name as essentials, let's say. Okay, and you need to execute it. See, guys, there are two. This is a but. This is a like icon. This is one icon. If you click on this icon, all the lines, whatever lines you have written on this page, would all be executed sequentially. But I don't want that. I just want to execute this particular line. So what you want to do, what you have to do is just place the cursor in the line, this line, the line which you want to, the statement which you want to execute, and click on this part, this one. Or alternatively, you can go for Control Enter. See, if you see, it will like on the below, on the bottom, it will say there will be a green tick, and it will say, yeah, one row is affected. And if you refresh this, if you refresh this, there is an essential database created because you have created a database now with the name essentials. So that would be created. So on the left side, left panel, you see, if you refresh it, you'll get now essential database has been created. So database, in database, it will contain so many tables actually. What is table? Table is something will store data in an organized manner, in row column manner. In a database, there can be a lot of table, but yes, we will just create one table to store our data. Okay, not many. So here now, as you know, here we have three databases: demo, essential, sys. Even like someone, you may create many databases. So you have to specify which database you are going to use. Which database you are going to use. So you can write use essentials. Okay, control enter, control plus enter. So now I am inside essentials database. So here you can create tables and all, guys. Okay, so I'll create a table, create, it says student. Okay, name of the table is student. And what are the different things I want? What are the different columns? So as I said, in a table, we will store data in a row column manner. So column basically the field, what fields you want in the student table, what data basically you want to store of a student. Maybe I want to store roll number. I want to store name of the student. I want to store mark of the student, right? So you'll go for roll number. Roll, what is roll number? Roll is actually integer. Okay, I want to store the name of the, I think name is also like some keywords or something. So let's go with its name. Okay, I want the student name. And what kind of, like, what type of variable is s name? It is actually string. For string, guys, here in SQL, what you don't write string. There is no data type string here. Okay, what you do, there are two ways. You can mention char. If you write char, it will just store only one character. If you want to store multiple character, if you want to store multiple like multiple character, or if you want to store string, then you need to mention the size. Let's say size of the string is 30. That means it will store 30 characters actually. Okay, it will store 30 characters. Okay, right? And then we have, if you want to store mark, you can store mark int. Okay, right? These are the thing. This other thing you need to. So when you what is this, if you execute the statement, then it will create for you this table with this field, roll number, student name, and this mark of the student, right? See, guys, character is different. Character is actually fixed. So let's say 30 character, it is able, the capacity is 30 character, right? But if you're taking, let's say, the name as Arun, so even if you take Arun, it will actually take 30 spaces memory. Why do we do that? Okay, that's why we go for varchar. Okay, instead of char, you go for varchar. What is varchar? When you go for varchar, guys, okay, I have missed one thing here. That is create table actually. Yeah. So when you go for varchar, it is known as variable character and size 30. If you take Arun is of only 4 characters, so it will take only 4 byte, not 30 byte. It will not allocate 30 byte. But if you use char, even if you take Arun, even if you take A, B, C, whatever, it will take 30 bytes always. So it is always a good option or suggestion. It's a good suggestion that you take varchar instead of char whenever you are taking string input. Now I'll execute this line. Okay, I'll execute this line. And yeah, if you see here, let me just refresh this once. And if you click on this tables, guys, it will show you there is a table student created. You have created it now. If you want to see what are the fields of this table, you can just write DESC, that means describe. Okay, and name of the table is student, right? Control enter, and see, these are all the fields. Roll number, integer type, s name, student name, that is varchar 30, and mark is integer actually. So these three field we have in our table. So how we are going to store data, right? Okay, how we are going to store data in our table? So table is created and there are three fields, roll number, name, and mark. How we are going to insert data to it or store data to it, right? So for that, you can go for insert into student, the table name. These are query language, guys. These are, have certain syntaxes. So you might not remember it right away directly here, but yes, you can always refer to Google or something. So the SQL for SQL query, like SQL statement for inserting data. So you'll find it. Insert into student, okay, values. And what are the values? You have to write the values. What is the roll number? Let's say 101. What is the name of the student? Name of the student is let's say Varun. Okay, then mark is, let's say, 82, right? Now control enter. If you see on the bottom, guys, there is a tick mark, green tick mark, and it says one row affected. So if you want to check whether this data is actually stored in the table or not, you have to display it. You have to display the content of the table. How can we see the content of the table, or how can we display the content of the table? It's very again easy. There's again one more SQL query, that is select query. Select star from student. Okay, if you write select star from student, it will display, star means everything. It will display everything from the student class, student table. See, I'm getting 101 Varun 82 because I have inserted only one data. Let's say I'll insert one more data, guys. Okay, I want to insert one more data. Obviously, I need to change the value. So this time it's let's say 102, and let's say it is Arun, and mark is let's say 72. Okay, I'll execute this code. Control enter because I just want to execute this particular statement, not everything, right? Okay, so it has been successfully executed because I got a tick mark on the bottom. If you see, now I want to display again. I want to see if it has been inserted actually or not. So select star from student, I'll execute. And see, I got two data, 101 Varun 82, 102 Varun 72. So I have successfully created a database. I have used a database. I have created a table with certain like fields like roll number, name, and mark. I have successfully inserted records into the table. Data of two students I have inserted, and I have successfully displayed the data of the table, content of the table. Okay, there are a lot many things in the table, guys, but right now we don't need all the stuff. We are good to get into the connection part, knowing the basics of MySQL. Okay, so I've just discussed some basic syntax, basic queries of SQL, like the basic statement of SQL. So we are good to like go with Java and all. Okay, one more thing you would require, guys, download a MySQL connector, Java MySQL connector actually. Okay, download the Java MySQL connector. So that again you would need it. So I already have downloaded. I already have downloaded it. So what you can do is you can just Google it out. Just search on Google Java MySQL connector. So you'll get a connector actually. Okay. I already have it somewhere. Maybe the previous batch I had done. Yeah, this MySQL connector. If you see here, that I can just drag and put it my current folder because I want to run the code, right? Okay, I want to run the code, so I have put in the current folder, guys. I have put in the current folder, so that MySQL connector. You see the name, that is MySQL connector. Okay, right? This MySQL connector, this one. This, guys, you need to install this, download and store it in the current folder where you are about to write the JDBC program. So I have it already here in the same folder where I am writing the code. So I have done all the prerequisite, but there is also one more prerequisite which you need to do. Okay, we'll talk about that. Let me write the program. Let's get started with the JDBC program, and we would also like I will also tell you one more thing that would be required to actually run this program successfully. Anyway, let's talk about that. So, guys, there are some steps which we need to follow while writing a JDBC program. Okay, right? So anyway, we need first of all a class, right? So anything we want to do, we need to do it in a class. So class JDBC, I'm naming the class as JDBC. So I don't have to do anything. So I'll just directly take a main function because I don't need any variable data members here, right? Okay, so the first step is registering the driver actually. Okay, so registering the driver, what is the syntax for registering the driver? So it is class dot for name. You have to mention the driver name here. Okay, so what is the driver name? That is what you need to understand here. Okay, so what is the driver name? So first of all, the first step is, remember guys, first step is to register the driver. What exactly is driver? Driver basically, guys, it is a what you can say, intermediate person between Java and SQL. Okay, right? See, Java has a different language, SQL has a different language. So how would they communicate between each other? There should be some translator in between them, so that that would make this communication possible, the communication exchange possible between them, right? So that is the task of the driver acts as a translator between them, in between them, that connects Java and SQL. So that's the first thing you have to do. You have to register the driver, load the driver first. What is the name of driver? Name of the driver is, you have to write here that thing, com.mysql, okay, .cj dot I think driver. I hope I'm correct. Okay, com.mysql.cj driver. I feel like I'm missing out something. JDBC, yeah, JDBC. com.mysql.cj.jdbc.driver. This is the driver name. So first of all, what we did, we registered the driver. Next, what we have to do, we have to create the connection. Okay, right? So let's do this. Connection con equal to driver manager dot get connection. So here comes the next part, guys. Okay, I told you, right, you will need all the necessary information. So this thing is url for your database. This is a username. If you remember, the username was root, and is the password, and my password is actually system. Okay, I have kept the password for my MySQL database system. This is a username, this is a system, and I need the URL. So what is the URL actually? What is the URL for the MySQL database which is running in my system right now? So it is JDBC MySQL. Then you have to, so JDBC dot MySQL. Then you have to put the server address actually. Okay, MySQL. So JDBC MySQL, I think, yeah, yes, yeah. JDBC colon MySQL colon. Now you have to put a server address. Server address, guys. If you have marked the server address, I had actually mentioned, it was mentioned localhost. So you can mention, instead of localhost, you can also mention like 127.0.0.1. That again means localhost. But yes, let's go with localhost only and don't write anything else. Okay. So we'll write here local host. Okay, local host, and then the port number. What was the port number? Let me check back the SQL Workbench. The port number was 3306. 3306. And then the database which you are using, you are going to use. I want to use the essential database. What was the name exactly? Essential or essentials? It is essentials. So I want to use this essentials database. So this is the complete URL of your database. You need this URL, you need the username, and you need the password to get connected to it. Okay, right? So you have successfully, you can say you have successfully created the connection to the, established the connection to the database, guys. Okay, what is the next thing which we want to do? The next thing which we want to do is, we have to create a statement which can execute. Okay, we have to create the statement which can execute the SQL queries into your SQL into your database. Actually, from Java we want to run the SQL queries that would make changes to the database. So we need to create the statement. For that, we'll write statement st, let's say, equal to con dot create a statement. Yeah, this is the create statement, right? So this will create a statement, right? And then what we'll do, we have to execute a statement. Okay, we have to execute a statement. So execute query, right? Yeah, this is the thing, and we need to pass on the SQL statement here. So I just want to display, let's say, so I'll write the select query, the one which will display content from the table. Select star from student. I hope the table name was student only, or student. Yeah, S capital, right? So this is the thing, guys. See, st.execute query select star from student. So as you are displaying all the content, basically you are fetching the content of the table. So it will return you something. Return that, basically it will return all the data of the table. So you need to store that somewhere. So for that, you have to use result set. Okay, in result set, you store the data of the table which will returned by this execute query command. Okay, now what to do? Nothing. You just have to um, print everything. That's it. Okay. While rs.next function checks if there is any more data next, whether there is next data till this rs.next is true. That means if you have next data, it will print it. Okay, so let's print the data here. Okay, right. So first thing is name. Oh, not name. First thing is roll number. Right. So roll number rs dot get. First field was integer, right? Roll number was integer. Oh, integer, integer, yeah. Get int column number one. Okay, right? So this is the roll number. Then I can go for just give me like 5 minutes more, guys, and I'll finish it. Then the next is name. So for name, it is not get integer. Name is a string, right? So we need to write get string. Just a moment. Rs plus rs dot get string. Okay, right? Get string. So column number 2, because name was the second field. Then what else we are left out? Also we have that mark, right? So you can just copy this. Maybe we can just copy this, paste it here, and you can change it to mark, and it is column number 3. Mark is also integer we have taken, so it should be like getting. Right, and finally when you are done with everything, guys, okay, what you do, just close the connection. You don't want to keep the connection open, because that would like create vulnerability actually. Okay, that will create the vulnerability. So don't keep the connection open, just close it after your task is over. So this is the complete code for a JDBC program, guys. But okay, I want to add here something. It's all fine, but it's a like a very crucial thing, and it is actually trying to establish connection with the database of some other application here. So there might be some issue while establishing connection or fetching the query or executing the query, right? Okay, so this might create some issue while runtime. In runtime, some error might come up. And if any error comes up on runtime, that is called as exception. So when exception is generated, your entire program terminates abruptly. That is a problem with exception. Okay. So you need to avoid exception actually. Okay. How many of you, I just want to give this example to you all, guys. How many of you have heard this story of Tiger King? I think it was there in CBSE 11th or 12th. I don't exactly remember. So there was this Tiger King. Okay, so he would get hurt by this wooden tiger or something, and that wound would get infected. Some doctors would come for operation from Japan or something, and at the end of operation, the doctors would come out and say operation is successful, the king is dead. That is what they say. What basically we mean by this: operation is completed successfully, they did the operation successfully, operation was not stopped at all, the king is dead. Likewise, guys, so what we do, right, try to do in a program is, being a developer and maybe running so many code and all, you don't want your program to stop abruptly, because your program, several other things might be dependent on several other parts of your program. If your program crashes, if your program terminates abruptly due to some exception, then there may be a lot greater problem actually. So you don't want to want your program to be terminated abruptly. You want the exception to be handled properly. So how to handle the exception here? So it's again very easy. Just write try. Okay, so inside this try block, you put all this statement, okay, that has the chance of generating an exception. Okay, right? So put all this stuff inside try block that may generate exception. And if any exception is generated, then this catch block will actually handle that. Okay, this catch block will handle that, and you can just print out the necessary, like what kind of exception we occurred and all. So you can print it. Okay. If no exception occurs, then it is fine. Your code will run without an issue. But if at all, at any point of time, if exception occurs, then this catch block will catch that exception and will just print the error, but it will not terminate your program abruptly. Okay, right? So this is exception handling, guys, and this is how you handle the exception. The statement which you feel like it may generate exception, put that in try block, and if any exception is generated, then catch block will handle that exception. That's it. Okay, so this is the whole thing, guys. Only thing is, like, you are writing some SQL statement here, you are running some SQL statement. So obviously Java directly it won't recognize SQL statement. So for that you need to import here java.sql.star, the classes of SQL package. You need to import it, right? This is your complete program, guys, for your JDBC, right? Okay, and now you can happily run this code and see the changes in your workbench. Okay, there is only one challenge you would face. That is, it will not if I now run this code, actually it will not recognize the driver. Okay, it will not at all recognize my driver. So basically, what is the problem with the driver? What is the problem with driver? Okay, see, you need to set the class path actually for this. Let me share my screen and show you how you can actually uh, set the class path. How do you set the path for that driver actually? Okay, see, you go to this my PC properties or this PC properties. There would be this advanced system setting. Click on this. Okay, I'm not very sure like if you are able to see everything or not. Maybe I'll just stop the screen share, and I think I should share the entire screen. Okay, right. Now, advanced system setting. Oh, my bad. Yeah. Okay. In the properties of my PC or this PC, if you click on this advanced system setting, this properties will show up to you, and then you have to click on this environment variables. Okay. Inside this system variable, you click on new. Okay, you create a new variable name, that is class path. Okay, you create a class path, and you need to copy the path of the MySQL connector, guys. Wherever you have stored, you download MySQL connector, right? And you store there. Where I have stored here. Okay, I have it here, this MySQL connector. So I need path of this MySQL connector. So I'll just right click on this. I'll copy the path. Okay, and I need to put it here. I need to put it here and create like click on OK, click on OK, click on OK, and you are done. Okay, your now class path is set, guys. Your class path is set. Now your program should run. If you have not done any mistake in the code part, then it should run. It should not do any mistake, make any mistake. So let's do this. Let's try this out. Now, compile this code. Java C day 5.java, right? Okay, and Java JDBC. Enter. Let's see, guys, whether it is able to run. Yes, I'm getting, see, roll number 101 Varun 82, roll number 102 Arun 72. I'm getting this. So likewise, guys, so we are just here fetching the data. You can also insert the data. Okay, you can also insert data to the database from here, from Java. The only thing is you have to like use a different function for it. Execute query will not work for inserting, changing the data in the table. For that, you have to use execute update. Okay, you have to use execute update, and that will insert some data to the database, your MySQL database. Okay, is the process clear? See, the anyway, the code and all I will send it, guys. You need to practice it once, okay, on your own. You have to like practice it on your own once, and then you'll get it actually. Right, so basically we are done with even this minor project, guys. So if you want to if you want to do a project on this, like you can also like submit in your college 6 minor project. But the thing is, you can add some Java GUI graphics thing, and you can create a good standalone application taking even this SQL, this JDBC thing embedded into it, and that would be a good project actually. Okay, so did you understand, guys, what I did here? I just like told you the process and steps and all. You might have to redo it by your own. Take this anyway. I'll show you this file. You rewatch this video. Take the reference of the code file that will send. I'll share in the community. You do it again by your own, and that is how you actually understand this thing again. Okay. What all you need? You will have to download MySQL Workbench, that MySQL connector. You have to set the class path, right? Okay, then these all steps, registering the driver, okay, right? Then you create the connection, create the statement, execute the statement. So, and if you are executing a select statement, then you print it, and then you close the connection. Also keep in mind the exception handling part, because this statement might create exceptions, so you have to handle it. So try catch. Okay, so basically we have done two projects today, guys. One, the cap thing constructor concept, and this entire like connecting Java to the database. Okay, I hope everyone of you enjoyed and everyone is on the same page. I know it's too late. I don't want to extend this anymore. So maybe we will meet again in some other class or something, guys. So I'll share this file. I'll do everything. In the last, I'll just say, guys, don't stop learning. This is not everything that we have discussed. Obviously it's a very short time that we discussed. A lot of other things are there. You can also like extend this JDBC program. You can try out other queries. There are a lot of other SQL queries, insert command, update command. So you can try out them and see for yourself. Okay, right? You can also work on Oracle database. So you can also do that. You have to install Oracle database in your system. So don't stop at one thing. Try, like, keep learning, keep excelling in your keep upskilling yourself, guys. Okay, also if you want to take our help in upskilling yourself, we'll be happy to help you. You can just like buy any PGP course. You'll get all the PGP courses. It's only 20,099 if you register it before on or before 15 November. Okay, don't forget to use the coupon code that I mentioned. So guys, that's it for this entire Java Zero to Hero program. I hope you enjoyed all the sessions, and I was of some help to you, and I hope that your fundamentals are good. Okay, yeah, definitely. I'll again maybe come up with some session. Maybe next month I'll come up with a data structure and algorithm session. Okay, I have done this earlier. Even I may come up with that. Maybe I'll come up with some other topics with Java and all. Okay, so let's meet again in some other classes. If you like register for the PGP courses, anyway you will meet me. Okay, at regular interval, because in the PGPs I take the data structure and algorithm classes and some part of the system design also. Right, so yeah, great, guys. It was great to have you all, and thank you for joining, and thanks for being there from day one till day 5 actually. So you were like some few among all those people who stayed till the day 5 and completed it. So there will be a lot of people who will start something, but not everyone can finish it, not everyone can complete it. So you should be very proud of yourself that you are there till the last day, and you should proudly say, yes, I have completed something, I have learned something here. Okay, no day go wasted when you are learning something. Okay, it is for your benefit. You should be very proud actually, you completed this. So whenever you receive the completion certificate or participation certificate for this, you would actually tell the whole world. You should actually tell your parents, you make them proud and show this, that you started and you ended. starting, a lot of people start, guys, right? Okay, not everyone is able to end it, but you are there till the end. So thanks for that. Thanks for being there, and thanks for being very patient even today's class, because it was a long, stretchy session. I've taken, I think, more than 1.5 hours. Okay, so thank you for that, and yeah, I enjoyed a lot with you, and I hope the same with you, and I hope all the 5 sessions was helpful to you guys. Let's catch up again with like in some other sessions, other classes, maybe data structure classes. Anyway, you'll be informed. So take account, like, note of upcoming programs, guys. 15th November, we are coming up with Python 0 to Hero and JavaScript. 20th, we have a React JS project, a pizza ordering system. 22nd, we have a machine learning 0 to Hero program for 5 days. And I think we have this design pattern using Java. That is again a crucial part for software development. And we have a ML project on Saturday again. So the project session timings are like 10 a.m. to 1 a.m., right? 3 hours, and one and like half an hour will be break, and again 1:30 to 3:30. And remember, on the project session, there will be two winner. One will win 3,000 gift voucher, and the other will win 1,500 gift voucher on the same day, one day, 5 hours, right? And all upcoming programs, guys, we will continue to give away this gift vouchers. So if you want to, like, I'll say, like, you learn the stuffs, other stuffs. Meanwhile, also stand a chance to win some one or other, because you are there from day 1 to day 5. So I'll also feel good if you win something. Okay. So yeah, guys, that was some kind of a great final speech at the end of the day. Let's meet again, catch up later, guys. So till then, guys, bye bye. Take care. Keep learning. Keep rocking.